Kitty, wake up! Wake up! Wake up, kitty! Oh, there's another cat up there. You can't see him. 2 cats. Some of you guys like to say I always need to get more cats in my video, so there you go, a couple of cats, even if I was mistreating them just a little bit, waking them up, those soft furry beasts. Anyway, got another roulette coming on here, and we have a pretty hilarious set of leadoffs. Both of these guys are not supposed to lead. Both these guys are supposed to take hits and heal stuff up. So I'm going to expect that it's a traditional type of wish passing dude, because that seems to be what Clefables usually are. I'm going to sit in here and go for a T-wave on first turn. Just kind of waste a turn, see what he wants to do. Maybe he'll even just flat out switch, and he doesn't. So he gets paralyzed, which stops a flame orb. I switch over to Heracross. Just to give you guys a little bit of my natural reaction. I thought it was hilarious that people who like to use Trick often try and get rid of a choice item, and there he got a choice item, and then once I saw Flame Orb, I just lost it, and I was like, I'm going to get a Guts boost, so that's sweet. I didn't know if he would have a Ghost or not because it's early, so I figured I'll just go for it, whatever. In comes a Noir, I'm like, that's fine, because I still have a Guts boosted Night Slash, which didn't really hurt it that much, and I was a little surprised. So I am confused, and I don't want to hurt myself with the Guts boosted Confusion self-hit, whatever. So I decided to switch out here. I expected Clefable to come back in anyway. It didn't work out that way. In comes this dude. I'm just going to U-turn right on out. I'm expecting a rock move of some type. So I thought, you know, maybe I could go to Bliss or Snorlax because they like to take the hits a lot, but I don't want him to explode. So Rhyperior on my team looked pretty darn like the best idea that I had. I kind of lost my sentence there. So Rhyperior, I figure he's going to be really solid to take whatever the heck it is that this dude wants to finish or try to dish out. And I can obviously finish him off with an Earthquake of my own, even if he is faster. Mine's not a Rock Polish set, mine's a substitute set with 3 attacks. So I was hoping that I could, at some point, come in on Clefable and put up a sub and just totally jack him all up and then start firing off Earthquakes. So, not going to happen, no big deal. And I finish it off. Even with Stab super effective, I still take it with more than half, so that's awesome. I am going to set up a sub on Dusknoir, however, but he gets a freaking trick off before it. So he's got 2 triggers. Scarf Noir, like, are you unbelievable? So that really frustrates me. And not only do I not get an attack off, but I get stuck on setting up a substitute after I set it up. I'm like, well, that was just great. I probably should have stayed in for one more turn just to get a little bit of lefties and see what he wanted to switch moves to. I went over to Hera because it's my best thing to deal damage to this guy. Get confused again. I'm like, well, that sucks. I'm not going to stay in for it. So I expect Clefable to come back in because I still had enough to one-hit KO him from there. And this time I'm going to go for X-Scissor because it's going to do a little bit more than... Never mind, I'm still going to go for U-turn. I thought I went for X-Scissor there, but I guess not. So this allowed me to switch out on whatever the heck it was that he wanted to bring in. Now I'm going to come out to this guy. At this point, I'm mostly fearing Pain Split. I end up fearing Pain Split for a lot of the game, and he doesn't actually have it because he uses all 4 of his moves, and once again, I just don't count properly. I go with Stone Edge trying to get a crit, and maybe he switches to something to dodge an Earthquake. Didn't work out that way. I get burned, and then he survives at a sliver of HP. I'm just like, really? I'm going to keep going for it. I know that Shadow Sneak is going to come on in, but, oh, there we go. Now he survives at a sliver of HP. So I know Shadow Sneak's going to come in and finish me off. I wasn't expecting to survive that turn anyway. But I just don't have anything beneficial to switch to. I would like to go to Ninjask. I would like to go to Heracross. I would like to go to Starmie, something where I can kill them. But I'm just not sure if I'll be able to take that many hits. I don't want to take them. I could go to Snorlax, but because he was a Trick Scarf, I feel like he's probably packing a lot more speed than he's supposed to. And I just wasn't sure who would be faster if I went to Snorlax trying to Thunder Punch him, or even if it's going to end up killing him, because apparently I can't kill him with freaking Stone Edge, which wasn't critting. So at least it was hitting. At least it was hitting some of the time. So I just stay in, bite the dust, and now I'm going to bring in Ninjask. And now I'm going to go for X-Scissor, because it's going to be a little bit more powerful, even though it is resisted. And I believe U-turn did about what he had left anyway. And then should Clefable or something else want to come in, I'm more likely to be able to kill it. As you can see, I do just a little bit more than half, and he doesn't have lefties, so I know I can most likely finish it off on a second hit, which is going to be great. So he's unable to trick that Scarf that he got from my Heracross back onto me, and Scarf Ninjask would be absolutely hilarious. But I'm able to take that stupid thing down. In comes this guy, so I know I'm not going to be able to kill him in one shot. So I'm going to get out of here. I just don't know if he's going to be more physical or if he's going to be more special. So I end up going to Snorlax first because it's got a little bit more defense and it has rest. So at the very worst, because it's a sleep talker, at the very worst I can, just rest off the damage and then switch to something else should I need to. I don't really know why I went for Thunder Punch here. I guess I kind of just wanted to show it instead of going immediately for Body Slam. I thought maybe he would go to Dusknoir or something. And then I switch over to Body Slam, but I get Encored and I repeat Thunder Punch again instead. I'm just like, seriously? So I'm just getting beaten up by like some of the dumbest moves in the game, such as Trick and Encore and all that stupid garbage. And Confuse Ray, and like, give me a break. So I switch out. I figured he would Nasty Plot again. And I figured, I know this looks risky, going into a water against an electric, but I didn't think he would use T-Bolt when I've still got Snorlax there, which can still Thunder Punch him all day, and I still have a Blissey on my team. Like, really? I never thought in a million years he would actually go for Thunderbolt there, so I lost Starmie for nothing. I'm going to go back to Snorlax now and hit him with a Body Slam, you son of a... and take him out of there, right in one shot. It's like, man, I should have done that first. I was so worried about Snorlax coming in, and I needed to kill him. Or not Snorlax, Dusknoir coming in and needed to kill him. So I stay in here, go for a rest. I figured it probably would want to self-destruct. But regardless, resting is going to be fine in this case anyway. So I can go for a turn of Sleep Talk. And then I forgot about my whole strategy of killing that thing. I luck out and I do get Thunder Punch, and of course it doesn't finish it off. I'm just like, there's no way I'm going to get another Sleep Talk Thunder Punch in a row. Not at 33%. It's just not going to happen for me. If Body Slam would be able to hit Ghosts, I absolutely would go for it, but I'm not going to get to pull it off. So I got to switch to something, but I got to be careful of what I switch to. I end up just going to Minerva because I don't want Heracross to take a Shadow Sneak on the incoming and then burn damage and then another Shadow Sneak. And so I was just like, I'm just going to T-Wave it. Make sure that Snorlax will be faster than it later. I'm like, that seems okay. And now his Bliss is in here, and I think I just waste a turn so I can use S-Toss, I think. Yeah, he switches out. I don't know really fully what his strategy was with that. So this makes me think even more about self-destruct. So now I'm thinking, what's my least valuable guy that I have left? I need Ninjask, I need Heracross. Sleep Talk Snorlax is probably going to be the hardest dude for him to kill and can still theoretically kill Dusknoir. So I'm going to stay in and Soft Boil, thinking he wanted to self-destruct, and he didn't. In comes Bliss, and I stay in again one more turn just to see what he wants to do, and he wishes up. I'm just like, are you serious? I'm not going to get into the whole thing on like why I don't even play against Wishbliss in normal matches, let alone in Roulette. I would rather play against Garchomp and Salamence on the same team than Wishbliss. It's like, give me a break. So now that this thing's come in, like, I realize, like, everyone's always telling me, oh, I wish you wouldn't use Bliss, I hate fighting Bliss, and blah blah blah. And I thought about it. I'm like, that's probably because all of you guys fight Wishblisses and I don't. So that probably has a huge thing to do or to go with it. I absolutely would hate fighting him too. So I go over to this guy just to threaten Night Slash, and I figured he would switch right back to Bliss, knowing that this is pretty much the only thing I have that can hurt his Dusknoir. And he stayed in that time, so I'm like, whatever. I go for one more swing on it, hurt myself in confusion, and kill myself. I'm just like, really? Thanks. And he's like, oh, geez, I didn't predict that to happen. I'm like, what do you mean you didn't predict that to happen? Of course it was going to happen. So at this point, I'm getting a little pissed off. More than I should. I understand that. And I go back to Snorlax, and I'm thinking, look, he's got Wishbliss. He's got a Snorlax that now I know it doesn't have Pain Split because I remember its full moveset. He's got a Wailord dude without self-destruct, so there's nothing he can do to hurt me, and I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, he can't kill me. He absolutely cannot kill me. There's nothing he can do to hurt me enough to kill me. I get off the Thunder Punch on this guy. I'm like, that's cool. I'm going to rest to here one more time just in case he still has self-destruct, because this is his only chance to use it, is right now if he has it or not. And he's got no other way to kill my guys if he doesn't. So he tries to get some freeze hacks instead, gets crit hacks, but I just rest up. I'm like, alright, fine. So I know that there is literally no way he can kill me, and obviously my chances of killing Dusknoir and his Wishbliss myself are obviously extremely low, but at least I still technically have Noir who can take out Bliss, and Ninjask does have Night Slash, which is a high crit move, and he is choice banded, so if I get Dusknoir paralyzed from Blissey or something like that, I can still at least theoretically kill his dudes. I absolutely can stall him out of this, because if your Snorlax or whatever the hell is sleeping, and you click rest, it's not going to use any PP, or I can just switch every single turn while he uses his PP I don't have to use another move the rest of the game, and eventually I'm going to win out on that. I don't care if he's got pressure. That's not going to affect me. So I even start going back and thinking about how many times his Noir has used Trick. He told me he doesn't have PP ups on this thing. He's got Confuse Ray, which is low on PP. He said, I find out later, his Wishbliss has Heal Bell, which is very low on PP. He doesn't have pressure on that dude. So I'm just like, he doesn't have enough moves to do anything about it. He can't do anything in the way of killing me. So I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, how long do I want to stay in here, really? Because it's going to take a long time to accomplish a whole lot of nothing, and I am not in a mood for that. So I end up staying in for a little bit longer. You know, some stuff happens. I'm not even really looking at the battle at this point. I'm watching Sports Center. It turns out I'm able to finish off his Wailord, so now it's 2-on-3. I'm like, cool. I don't know what any like sort of tiebreaker rules are in like official tournaments like VGC, or if Smogon has anything like that. I know there is for, you know, self-KO clause as far as tiebreakers go, but I don't know about anything else. I know on PBR it takes whoever has most pokes left first, and then it takes percentage of HP. Well, I got 3, he's got 2, and I got 2 guys at full HP, and he doesn't. So at this point, I've got all the tiebreakers, and he starts staying in here. He's just doing whatever, heal bells and all that garbage, and I'm just going for body slams. I'm thinking, fine. You know, if I can get a paralyzation or a crit on one of these, you know, maybe he isn't able to get a protect off or something like that, and I can finish it off. And so he stays in, and I'm able to take care of his Wishbliss. I'm like, well, okay, that's cool, because he was just mentioning stuff about, or I was like, do you want to stay in here for all the PP stall? And he was like, nah, blah, blah. You know, some people don't like to run, and that's fine. I understand that. I almost never, you know, flee a battle before it's over myself as well, so I fully understand that. But then he just let his Bliss die so easily like that, and I figure, okay, I don't really know exactly what he's doing, wasting his time. For those of you guys who are really old school from my vids, you know that every time I put up this sepia tone, it just means massive stall fest. So I spend a couple of minutes just stalling back and forth, counting down all of his tricks. And let's see, is there anything worth mentioning, or should I just edit the video and get right to it? Let's see. Yeah, I start counting down all of his moves. I spend a lot of time switching back and forth, not using PP while he is using PP. I guess I'm actually just going to edit right onto it, so see you guys in a second. Okay, I just finished off about 2 minutes of stall. The vid was normally over 17, but here I am. So, bam, there you go. As you can see, a cut. And so I'm going to pick it up right before, this is after doing my counting and stuff like that. That was his second to last trick. So he's got 1 trick left. Or is it after this turn? No, there we go. This is his second. So he's got 1 trick left, and I'm figuring I'm going to at least go to Ninjask and see if I can get him to take that Choice Band as his last trick. But he's going to predict that and go to Will-O-Wisp. So I'm like, why are you still fighting? He was like, well, you know, anything can happen in pokes. I could still have a chance to win. I'm paralyzed. I can save some PP. And I'm just like, dude, I explained to him like 3 different times he has a 0% chance to win because he can't outlast all my PP. Eventually, I can kill him in a couple of different ways, and I have all the sorts of tiebreakers in the freaking world going on in here. And I was just starting to get like really frustrated at him. And then at one point, like, I understand I'm overreacting a little bit right now, and that's fine. But then at one point, he said something about, oh, can I go get a snack? The name Mrs. McMuffin is making me hungry, and that's when I lost it. If he didn't say that, I would have been fine. I would have sat here for an hour and finished out the match. But then he said that, and I lost it. So I just decided, I'm going to let you win. You can save the battle, do whatever. I'm going to run away. And then we're just going to leave it up to YouTube to see who's going to win. Because he had the nerve to post something else in the Zat afterwards for me. I'm just going to let you guys look at that, see what your opinion is, win, lose, or draw. You guys tell me. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. Peace.